Welcome to Nutrition by Jules. Today is a Mini Move Monday with Jules. That's me bringing you all things wellness for your pregnancy and postpartum journey. Our Mini Move Monday list of exercises can be found in the description below. It also has some links to equipment we're using today. And this little 10, 12-ish minute workout routine is going to be great for you if you're pregnant or postpartum. Or if you're just needing a quick little warm-up routine in the middle of your day, you're going to need some mobility and just a couple of rounds of some low-impact exercises. We are using a kettlebell today and a hip circle. The hip circle can be optional, but I do recommend it. You can get a variety of different stretches of bands all together in one nice, neat package. So again, look for the link for that in the description. All right, so our mobility to start today is going to be the world's greatest stretch. A little bit controversial, but it is pretty great. So we're down in a low lunge position. Both our hands are on the inside of our foot. And we're going to straighten that back leg out if that's available to you. If it doesn't feel great, you can keep that knee down. Both hands are on the inside, like I was saying. And we're going to twist open towards the leg that's in the front to make sure we're staying nice and stable and balanced. And then we're going to bring that elbow down towards the ground. Pause at the bottom and twist open, pause at the top. We're going to do 6 of these rotations, in and out on both sides. Oh yeah, really feeling that hip. Getting the back twist. Opening up the chest. 4, 6. Other side. Take your time getting set up if you need. Knee down to the back or straight if you can handle it, in terms of your balance, in terms of your strength, in terms of your stability at this point in your life. And elbow towards the floor. And fingertips towards the ceiling. World's greatest stretch. Let me know if you think so also. All right, and then we're going to do some scap push-ups. So scapular, scaps are back here, our back, right? So we're going to do just a retraction of the scaps. So we're trying to pull them away from our rib cage, so to speak. So we're going to be either on our knees in a push-up position or on our toes. And we're going to keep our arms straight and just drop our chest towards the floor, retract the scaps, and back up. So just a little shoulder motion for 8 to 10. 9 and 10. Nice, keeping a nice flat back. I'm not arching or swaying during this, even on my knees, just making sure my hips are in line with my shoulders. Everything's nice and straight during those scap push-ups. Okay, next we'll stand up. Going to get a knee tuck. Whoa. So this is part balance and part stretch. So pull my knee, shoulders back, bring it up to the chest, pause, reset, other side. And we'll just rotate back and forth. Pulling that knee up, putting it back down. We're going to do 12 total or 6 on each leg. Standing up nice and tall, nice good posture every time we stand. Hopefully I'm not cutting my head off. I'll step back. So here's from the side. Pull, release. Yes. I don't know how many I've done, but this feels good, so I'm going to do a couple more. Yes. Also, when you're pulling up, do try to grab below your knee, not right on your knee, because that might not feel very good. All right, so now there's a little mobility, a little bit of stretch, just getting our body, letting it know that we're about to move it. We're doing some quarter squat or half squat, quarter half squat, depending on how deep you want to go. Side taps. So my feet are going to be nice and narrow, and I'm going to bend my knees and drop down as far as I'm comfortable, as long as I can keep my shoulders up and my core engaged with a nice flat back without rounding or arching forward too much. So find that spot, and you're going to tap your feet out to the sides, keeping my shoulders and my hips where they are, and just doing a little lateral tap with my toe here. So everything stays in place. My hands and my hips are straight out. Depending on if you want to make sure your hips are staying still or hands out, we'll make sure your shoulders are back. We're doing 12 to 14 taps, so 6 or 7 per side. I am not counting. If you watch any other Mini Move Mondays, you know I am not a great counter. Okay, stand up, shake that out, and double clamshell is next. So with our circular band or our hip circle band, we are going to step into this. If you need to, do not be afraid to use something for stability, help you balance, right above the knee. Then we're going to come down onto all fours. You can also sit on the ground to put your hip circle on. That might make more sense for you. And we're going to have a nice stacking of our wrists under my shoulders and my knees under my hips. I'm going to tuck my toes under, pick my knees up off the ground. And if this is enough challenge for you, just to do this, you're really engaging the core, you're engaging the pelvic floor, and that's beautiful. You can hold this, push your knees out and hold. Just push that knees out against the band and hold and release whenever you need to. That's great. Otherwise, for the double clamshell, we're going to go in and out with our knees for 12. So we're going to hold here, push our knees out, and then back in, out, and in. Keeping a nice flat back, engaging your core the whole time. Feeling those glutes turn on. Yes. Yes. 10, 11, 12. And return back down. If you need to break those up at all, please do. All right, in the reverse plank, we're going to stay on the ground. So I'll go ahead and sit down to gracefully take off my hip circle. And there it goes. So the reverse plank can be done modified version with your knees bent. Your hands, fingers are facing forward. You could, or if that bugs your wrists, you can come down to your forearms, and you're going to be lifting your hips off the ground. I'm on my heels, and I'm lifting. So that's the modified for the wrists. This is the modified for the weight. A full reverse plank. You're on your hands. You're lifting your hips, and your legs are straight. You're resting your weight on your heels. And you're just coming up to a nice parallel position or straight line position. I guess I'm not parallel. I'm angled. And down. So for 12, on your forearms in this position actually is going to be even more challenging. But you can do that version as well if you'd like. Right here. So 12 of those lovelies. Some people also call this a global bridge. But if we're doing the full reverse plank, then you're going to have be on your heels. So the modified version is more like a global plank on those, if you've heard of that. And around the world. So I'm going to do this kneeling. You can do this standing if you wish. I'm going to have to use a little bit more core and not be relying on my lower body as much if I'm in this kneeling position. Grabbing my kettlebell, holding onto it nice and tight because I'm going to put it around my head in a big circle. As I go around my head, I'm making sure that I'm not arching and flailing my ribs. I'm not wanting to use my trunk. I want my trunk to stay stable. And I'm just having my arms go around my head. For 5, both directions. Or 6. Let's do 6. 6 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you get going fast, it makes it even harder to try to stabilize to keep yourself from using that trunk too much. So nice, solid core posture on those around the world. If you do not have a kettlebell, you can just use a dumbbell, right? So you can just hold the dumbbell around the head, or a heavy water bottle, or a child. Babies love this. They'll think it's real fun. They probably will kick you in the face though. All right, back to the beginning for these 4, and then we're going to call it a day. So from the side, my feet are in a little narrow squat. Going to go down about yay far. Arms up to make sure my chest is staying high. I'm not arching around in my back. And I'm tapping side to side for 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I feel like we can do more of these. Feel free to add on a few extras. Maybe 20 would be good. So start with 10 to 12, work your way up to 20 on those half squat side taps. Double clamshell. No band, no worries. You can still hover, and an all fours hover. Again, if you need to be on the ground to put this on, no shame in that. So here, push out, hold, or here, push out way far and bring it back. For this double clamshell, my core is engaged, my pelvic floor is engaged. A light little squeeze that pelvic floor every time I push those knees out is lovely. Do a few more from this way. Again, we're aiming for 10 to 12 of the double clamshell. And then to our reverse plank or global bridge if you're doing this in a slightly modified version. We're going to assume that our wrists are okay. Our hands are face forward. We're on our heels. And we're lifting our hips. For 12. Here's my modified. Excellent. Around the worlds. Again, from a kneeling position, if this bugs your knees at all, go ahead and stand up. But same idea. Nice posture around my head. For 6. This way. And 6 the other way. As I get lazy, I feel myself wanting to flare those ribs. Don't flare those ribs. All right. Yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed moving with me today on Let's Move Monday. And I'm Jules. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you later.